What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. It is time now for the Wednesday weather update for Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where we do the daily weather forecast for the United States, and we do talk about climate around the world from time to time when there are extreme weather events or weather records that are broken. So, if you're new to my channel, subscribe down below, give this a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, leave your comments down below, and share these videos with anyone you know. Starting off with the national radar picture, you can see for the vast majority of the country, it's relatively quiet right now. However, you do see a few areas of active weather. First off, you do see showers and thunderstorms and even areas of moderate to heavy rain continue across South Florida, where several inches of rain have already fallen. Some places have already gotten near 10 inches of rainfall. Sarasota, Florida yesterday did deal with some flooding. You also see that there is an area of low pressure. It's an upper level low that is over portions of Texas. Just to the north of Austin, you are continuing to see some steady to even moderate rainfall in that area. Then when we take a look at what's going on up in the plains and in the Midwest, we do see shower and thunderstorm activity is ongoing this morning. This activity should diminish as we head to around noontime before another threat of showers and thunderstorms does set up this evening, which could become severe. We also see that there are a few showers this morning over the state of Maine. First off, taking a look at what's going on with the National Hazards Map, and we do see flood watches. They do continue for southern Florida. There are also flash flood warnings for portions of Texas where that upper level low is that I showed you. That rainfall, it's not moving very fast. We have heat advisories up in the southwest U.S. today in portions of the Four Corners region, and there are excessive heat warnings as well. And if we click on this, we can see that the heat index is expected to get up to 105 degrees. So that is dangerous. Please take it easy if you're in that area, and please remain hydrated. We're also watching here Invest 90L, which is over Florida. This is tropical weather now, and this Invest is expected to go into the Atlantic. There's a small chance it could actually develop once it gets into the Atlantic, either into a tropical depression or a tropical storm. If it did develop into a tropical storm, you can see here the first name of the year would be Alberto. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Taking a look at the satellite picture this morning for Florida, you can see here's the spin with it right here in central Florida. That is eventually going to push off into the Atlantic, and then from there we will have to watch what it does. We'll take a look at modeling for it in just a moment. Taking a look at what's going on with the Storm Prediction Center, and we can see that yesterday there were 7 severe reports in the United States, 3 wind reports and 4 hail reports. There were not any tornadoes reported yesterday, which quite frankly is not a bad thing, as it has been a bad year for tornadoes so far. What do I mean by that? Check out this map. There have been a total of 961 tornadoes so far this year, and Tornado Alley, if you take a look here in the plains, has really lived up to its name. Now, there have not been any EF5s, but there have been 3 EF4s, 30 EF3s, 101 EF2s, and a lot of EF1s. There have been 449 EF1s so far this year. Alright, moving on to today's severe weather threat. And you do see here, they have upgraded to an enhanced risk across portions of Wisconsin and portions of Minnesota, with a slight risk surrounding this area. The threats for today are as follows. Tornado is at 5%. There is a 2% area surrounding that. There is a 30% chance of wind here in this red. And hail, there is still a hatched area with 30 and 15% probabilities for hail today, which is pretty significant. So it is going to be an active afternoon. You'll want to pay attention to my Twitter page. I'll be tweeting on that this afternoon as it evolves. Then taking a look at day 2, and we can see here there is a slight risk from portions of Kansas and Nebraska straight on through to Michigan. So we'll have to watch that tomorrow. And there is now a day 3 risk that has been added in 2 different areas. One is for Pennsylvania, up through Massachusetts, across portions of New York State and Connecticut, and there is also a risk across portions of Nebraska and portions of Kansas for Friday. So we will be watching that as well. So far, just 15% probabilities. Taking a look at the HRRR model for today. You can see here, it does show the ongoing shower and even elevated thunderstorm activity that's ongoing this morning up in the upper Midwest and the plains. And we can see the heavy rainfall. It's going to continue across portions of Florida today. As I advance this into the afternoon, we can see here a new area of showers and thunderstorms will develop across portions of Minnesota and eventually into portions of Wisconsin. And some of these storms will become severe. And the initial storms, there could be a few supercells, which is why there is an isolated threat of tornadoes with this setup. As we head into tonight, you can see, look what continues here on the HRRR model. Showers and thunderstorms. Now, it will diminish somewhat overnight in Florida, but as I advance this, you can see things will once again pick up again tomorrow. And take a look at this. I'm going to rewind this for a second. There goes that Invest 90L. Notice here it does try to get a little bit organized on the HRRR model as we head into tomorrow. So that's something we will have to watch. Something else we are watching, check out this. Here's a line of showers and thunderstorms that develops in the Chicago area, across Illinois, and back across Iowa and Missouri. So we will have to watch that for tomorrow. And we will also have to watch what happens on Friday as well. Weather Prediction Center for today. Marginal risk of excessive rainfall up in the Midwest, marginal risk in Texas, and you do see here that there is still a slight risk in Florida, and that's going to even continue on to day 2 as rainfall is still expected. Marginal risk across portions of Chicago area tomorrow, and yet again a slight risk in Florida, though a little bit more south on Friday, and a marginal risk in the plains and a marginal risk in portions of New England. Taking a look at precipitation totals, you can see here the first day is one of the wettest days in Florida, and days 2 and 3 are still wet as well, but as we get to day 4 and 5, it starts to diminish a little bit, and they're still going with this area of precipitation across portions of the Gulf Coast. We'll have to see if that actually happens. Some modeling has backed away from that now, but taking a look at the days 1 through 7 totals, you can see there are going to be multiple threats of thunderstorms in the upper Midwest and portions of the plains. Today is not the only threat. There'll be more threats down the line. You see on the West Coast, aside from the Pacific Northwest, really dry. Hardly any rainfall for California, hardly any rainfall for Nevada, and down in the south you can see rainfall totals, another 3 to 6 inches of rain for Florida, with locally 10 inches of rain being advertised here from the Weather Prediction Center. And in the Northeast, you do have a couple chances for showers. Nothing major, though. And the biggest one is going to be showers and thunderstorms that come on Friday. Let's take a look at the European model today, and I'll show you what that does with the rainfall across Florida. Here's the showers and thunderstorms up in the upper Midwest, and look what happens here in the European model. That area of low pressure, which is Invest 90L, actually does get a little bit organized in the Atlantic. So we'll have to see, does it actually become a depression, or maybe Alberto? The European here would be suggesting maybe it does. You also see here, as we are now at Friday evening, here's the showers and thunderstorms for the Northeast. On Friday, they should exit the coast, and you'll actually have a cool weekend in the Northeast. Cool to maybe slightly below average. Enjoy it, because next week it is going to get very hot. You can see here, here's another threat of showers and thunderstorms. Friday night into Saturday morning across portions of the Midwest and Northern Plains, and you will have threats basically throughout the weekend in the Midwest. Now, as we head into next week, we have to switch gears here. We have to take a look at the temperatures. It is very important that we look at the temperatures. Take a look at this. You can see the heat is building in the south as we head into Sunday. Even by Sunday, it's already starting to warm up again in the Mid-Atlantic region, and as we head into Monday, that will slowly start to push even more north. Look at this, widespread 90s east of the Mississippi, even slightly northwest of the Mississippi River, back across the Four Corners region as well. But look what's happening up here in the Pacific Northwest, well below average temperatures being advertised by the European. Tuesday of next week, 90s again across portions of the Mid-Atlantic, right on through to the south and east, the Mid-South, and that's going to continue for much of next week, maybe even mid to upper 90s. And this is going to be a long duration, extended heat wave that starts either on Monday or Tuesday and will probably go through much of next week, maybe even into next weekend. There could be a few afternoon pop-up showers and thunderstorms in this environment across portions of the plains back through the Ohio Valley into the Northeast, but nothing major. The big story is going to be the heat, and this does not even include the heat index. The heat index in some areas will go over 100 degrees. Alrighty, folks, that does it for the Wednesday update. I hope you found this educational, informal, and hopefully you learned something here. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, share these videos with anyone you know, hit that notification bell, and remember to leave your comments down below. I will see you all again next time, which will probably be tomorrow, but I don't know. We may do a YouTube short later on, updating on severe weather if needed this afternoon. Until I see you again next time, have a fantastic day, everyone, and thanks for watching.